اللهم إني نويت التعلم والتعليم والنفع والانتفاع والتذكر والتذكير والإفادة والاستفادة والحث على التمسك بكتاب الله وسنة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم والدعاء إلى الهدى والدلالة على الخير ابتغاء وجه الله تعالى ومرضاته وثوابه وقربه سبحانه وتعالى. Wisdom, الحكمة ضالة المؤمن. Right? Wisdom is the lost treasure of the believer. Wherever you find it, it's yours. يلتقطه, the lost camel of the believer. So that's why the Prophet tells us الحكمة ضالة المؤمن أينما يجده يلتقطه. That wisdom can be taken from anywhere. Whether you take your wisdom from Aristotle, whether you take your wisdom from Ibn Taymiyyah, whether you take your wisdom from Al-Ghazali, it is yours. So take your wisdom. To really learn, we need to write down what we learn. Imam Shafi'i says, العلم صيد والكتابة قيده. Knowledge is like hunting, and writing down is the qayd, what you hunt with. It is what you keep. قيد يقيد is to tie. It's what you tie down your hunt with. بعد بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم سيدنا محمد. أما بعد حمد الله الذي هي فاتحة كل كتاب، والصلاة والسلام على رسله التي هي خاتمة كل خطاب. What does Allah say in Surah Al-Nasr? فسبح بحمد ربك. So how many surahs in the Quran start with Alhamdulillah? Who can tell me? Yes. Very good, that's one. Some opinions say that Bismillah is a Shafi'i opinion, that Bismillah is the first verse of this surah, but most are in agreement that the first verse is Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Very good. What else? Al-Kahf. Who said that? I have to give you credit where credit's due. MashaAllah, very good. Awesome.
Al-An'am.
Al-An'am as well. So Al-Kahf. Alhamdulillahi الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب. Very good. Al-An'am. Alhamdulillahi الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وجعل الظلمات والنور. Very good. What else? Two more.
Sad?
No. Sad starts with Sad, but it's close. Saba. So it's close to it in Saba. And then the one right after Saba. So that Saba is 34. And then 35. Surah 35. Right after Saba. Before Yasin. Fatir. Surah Fatir. Alhamdulillahi Fatir as-samawat. His name stems from Hamid. Sending salah and salam is a benefit to you. It gives you. After mentioning the name of God, I glorify Him with His praise, which should constitute the beginning of every book. May His blessings be upon His messenger, a prayer which should form the completion of every discourse. I then wish to rouse you from your sleep, O you who recite the Qur'an to a great length, al-mustarsil bil-Qur'an, who take its study as an occupation. So that's all of us, Insha'Allah, who imbibe some of its outward meanings into sentences. How long will you ramble on closing your eyes to the wonders and the deep meanings of the Qur'an? Was it not your duty to sail to the midst of the Qur'an and find out? So he's trying to say is نبيك على رقدتك أيها المسترسل في تلاوتك المتخذ دراسة القرآن عملا الملتقف من معانيه ظواهرا وجملا. And he asks the question إلى كم تطوف على ساحل البحر مغمضا عينيك عن غرائبها. So he says, the Quran he's saying is underrated. You guys are not giving it enough attention, especially those of you who are always reading it. Come, let us dive into the ocean of Quran. أَوَمَا كَانَ لَكَ أَن تَرْكَبَ مَتْنَ لُجَّتِهَا لِتُبْصِرَ عَجَائِبَهَا. He says, was it not your duty to sail to the midst of the fathomless ocean of these meanings in order to see their wonders? وَتُسَافِرَ إِلَى جَزَائِرِهَا. And he uses a lot of metaphor. وَتُسَافِرَ إِلَى جَزَائِرِهَا لِاجْتِنَابِ أَطَايِبِهَا. And to travel to their islands in order to gain the best produce from these islands. وَتَغُوصَ فِي عُمْقِهَا فَتُسْتَغْنَى بِنَيْلِ جَوَاهِرِهَا. And to dive into the depths so that you may become rich by obtaining the jewels of the Qur'an. أَوَمَا بَلَغَكَ أَنَّ الْقُرْآنَ هُوَ الْبَحْرُ الْمُحِيطُ. Has it not come to you that the Qur'an is the ocean, al-Bahr al-Muhit? ومنه يتشعب علم الأولين والآخرين كما يتشعب عن سواحل البحر المحيط أنهارها وجداولها. Has it not come to you that the knowledge of the Qur'an is like an ocean, and that it is from the Qur'an that the sciences of the ancients and the moderns branch off, just as rivers and brooks branch off from the shores of the ocean? أوما تغبط أقواما خاضوا في غمرة أمواجها فظفروا بالكبريت الأحمر. And he says to you, why don't you emulate the people? But he says, أَوَمَا تَبْغِتُ أَقْوَامٍ. So in a literal meaning is, don't you want to be like certain people who have dived into the ocean and extrapolated red brimstone, al-kibrit al-ahmar. Now, in the Arabs, they would say, أَنْدَرُ مِنَ الْكِبْرِيتِ الْأَحْمَرِ. It is more rare than the red brimstone, in reference to something that's very rare. So he's saying that the highest thing you can achieve metaphorically is to get this red brimstone of the Qur'an. أَوَمَا تَغْبِطُ أَقْوَامًا خَاضُوا فِي غَمْرَةِ أَمْوَاجِهَا فَظَفَرُوا بِالْكِبْرِيتِ الْأَحْمَرِ وَغَاصُوا فِي أَعْمَاقِهَا فَاسْتَخْرَجُوا الْيَاقُوتَ الْأَحْمَرِ وَالدُّرَّةَ الْأَزْهَرِ وَالزَّبَرْجَدَ الْأَخْضَرِ وَسَاحُوا فِي سَوَاحِلِهَا فَالْتَقُوا الْعَنْبَرَ الْأَشْهَبَ وَالْعُودَ الرَّطْبَ الْأَنْضَرِ. So he's saying, why do you not emulate those people who waded into the waves, into the ocean of Qur'an, and gained red brimstone, dived into the depths and drew out red corundum, shining pearls and green crystallite, traveled along their coasts and thus gathered grey ambergris? I now wish to guide you to the manner of the journey of these people, of their diving and of their swimming. وَهَا أَنَا أُرْشِدُكَ قَاضِيًا حَقَّ إِخَائِكَ ومرتجبا بركة دعائك إلى كيفية سياحتهم وغوصهم وسباحهم. He says, take notice that I'm doing this because I love you. So we begin by saying and enumerating the six things the Quran does. This is the meter. If you get out with it, you've gotten the knowledge that you come to get today. سر القرآن ولبابه الأصفى وَمَقْصَدُهُ الْأَقْصَى. He says, the secret of the Qur'an, its purest pith, its ultimate aim, consists in what? دَعْوَةُ الْعِبَادِ إِلَى الْجَبَّارِ الْأَعْلَى رَبِّ الْآخِرَةِ وَالْأُولَى خَالِقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ الْعُلَى وَالْأَرَاضِينِ السُّفْلَى وَمَا بَيْنَهُمَا وَمَا تَحْتَ الثَّرَى. The most ultimate aim of the Qur'an is to call people, what is it? To God. To call people to the most powerful. He's giving you emphasis on God. The Lord of this world and the hereafter. The creator of the heavens, above and below, the layers of the earth, and whatever is in between them. That is the ultimate goal of this book. It's purest pith. And many of you say, I knew that. That should be our niyyah every time we open this book. To come closer to Allah. What can we learn? What's something new I can learn about my God, my Lord, our Lord, Allah, from this book? That's the first aim of the Quran. فَلِذَلِكَ انْحَصَرَتْ سُوَرُ الْقُرْآنِ وَآيَاتُهَا فِي 6 أنواع. Alhamdulillah. Al-ayah in the Quran goes by the following words: فَاعْفُ عَنْهُمْ وَاصْفَحْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us to forgive. He's asking us to forgive those who've hurt us. Afu is to forgive and to forget. And that is the first stage of nearing Allah. Taqliyah. That is the second step after taqliyah, which is tahliyah. And so you decorate your heart with good. And so you meet those people with a good face and with a good disposition and with good thoughts. And then the final stage of this ayah, mashallah, is Inna Allah yuhibbul muhsinin. And that's the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was asked about ihsan. He said, to worship Allah as if you see Him. And if you don't see Him, then know that He sees you. The first stage is taqliyah. The second stage is tahliyah. And the third stage, very good, is tajalli.